Alright, welcome back to Solo Leveling Anime Review, episode number 3. We're effectively halfway through the first season right now. Yep, we're discussing episodes 5 and 6 for this show. So basically, we started out with basically where Jin Zhao, where he basically is discharged from the hospital. There's a nurse who possibly might like him, asking for his number, which he does by... I kind of seen this before. I thought usually just take a phone and just get near another, and that's it. And he goes home, of course. We see his very nice apartment he think he pays for. He's like, okay, I'll get the rent. Don't worry about that. Of course, apparently the landlord is pretty reasonable compared to other fictional landlords I've seen, where if you can't pay the rent, you're basically gonna be kicked out. Here, it's like, yeah. He's pretty reasonable. Like, if I find something, we'll basically add it next month. So, he basically looks for a job to do, and just by sheer coincidence, he gets called to do a C-rank mission. Which basically, just fill out numbers for a temp mission. It's basically him, plus some rich kid. This is, of course, Justin Brenner's character, who briefly appeared in episode 1 for the show. This is his first proper appearance in the series. It's kind of interesting, though. We have this character pop up in episode 1, and yet this episode is his first actual appearance in the show. I think the first episode was just a cameo, just to introduce him. So, we have 8 people on this dungeon raid, which they do kind of explain that this gate is actually in the middle of like a construction site, which was basically abandoned due to the owner of the place embezzling billions of money. I'm not sure what the currency is in South Korea, and fled the country, and leaving the investors and the construction world lead the fend for themselves. So they made him go in, and of course, basically, Jin Zhao, basically his job is to carry the load. By the way, also, Chell, she's the Michelle Roach's character. I forgot to mention she did briefly appear in episode 4. Here, in this episode, in these 2 episodes, she makes an appearance where they tease, like, oh, she was just on a raid. We see basically could be on a raid with her. We see her outfit that she basically wears. It's a very nice looking outfit. There's no denying the fact this is a very beautiful woman, and she's going to become vital to the series. And from what I read, basically, it's like she's basically here for the long haul. Don't worry about that. Though, there's a scene basically later on I read in the webtoon. As far as I can tell, I don't think I think they may be able to get into it. I'm not sure. Who knows? So, they go in. And, of course, it's Dark Horse, reminiscent of the first dungeon raid he did back in episode 1 and 2. And then, of course, Satellite, and they go through and of course, figures, oh, it's actually insects. And they kill the ants pretty quickly. And some of them basically look like they're dying, and of course, battling ants all the time, getting jewels. Basically, paid participation. He doesn't get a share of the jewels because he's E rank. So, and then he gets to where the boss is, where basically it's a giant spider and a bunch of honor crystals. So the plan was to leave basically the D rank and leave basically him and the rich kid basically behind. Oh, as they found out that the guy who's to embezzle money was actually his kid's father. Why he embezzled the money? Do not know the reason for. He just did. Also, he's the one provided with basically the armor he's wearing. So then they get there, and of course, they forgot the equipment, so they all leave 2 behind, and then they steal him, basically planning to kill him. So then Jin Zhao proceeds to basically take out his dagger he basically got in episode 4, he uses it here in episode 6, and he fights the spider. And after a pretty lengthy battle, he's able to actually beat the damn thing. And then the guys come back in, of course, they betrayed him. They come in, of course, he gets Insta-Quest, which basically he says in the first, but then he proceeds to he kills the first guy by beheading him with the dagger, and kills 2 more guys and another guy. And eventually, the leader, apparently he's like a younger brother of someone famous, and then he proceeds to kill him by beheading him with a dagger. And they retrieve some stuff, and then of course they leave. They meet up with a glasses girl, a girl with glasses who works for the Hunter Association, who accepts basically that possibly that, well, the kid basically, the one who's D ranked, that he possibly did the stuff that happened, even though it was actually Genjo. His name is Yo Jino. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at. I don't think basically they're going to get to something that that happens in the actual series itself, which I'm looking forward to that. But in the case of the character Yo, he basically is, well, he's going to be here for the long haul. But yeah, really good 2 episodes. By the way, these 2 episodes pretty much cover the Dungeon and the Lizards arc. Yeah, that's the name of the arc itself, covering chapters 18 to 24 of the webtoon novel. Yep, and the next arc is covered over the course of 3 episodes, which should be interesting to say the least. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much that particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. So, I will see you all in my next video, which will be tomorrow. Okay? But see you next video.